Hey, what's up, guys? This is David Chase Taylor of 911truther.org. Today is June 24th of 2026. So, based on breaking news and events, it appears the CIA headquarters located beneath CERN at Lake Geneva in Switzerland is going to stage a Donald J. Trump assassination event, terror attack, or act of war during the kickoff to the Great American State Fair at the National Mall in Washington, D.C. on the evening of Wednesday, June 24th of 2026, specifically to spawn a second global biological pandemic and or trigger World War III. So according to the latest reports, U.S. President Donald J. Trump is going to give a hold a rally at the National Mall in Washington, D.C. At 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the National Mall has been in the spotlight, the international spotlight, over the last few weeks because of a pool which somebody sabotaged, and I guess they spread algae inside the pool and turning it from blue to green. There was also an incident where somebody put some sort of chemical or paint or something in the lawn to form the number 8647. 8647 is a ominous veiled threat to Donald J. Trump. 86 means to throw out or to kill. 47 is the 47th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, because Donald J. Trump is not going to survive the night. I'm going to state that again. It's 100% certain that Donald J. Trump is going to be neutralized in some form or fashion surrounding his slated appearance at the National Mall on the evening of June 24th of 2026. Firstly, I just want to state, in respect to the numerology, this is the 6th month of the year, and there are 6 points on the Israeli star, and this is the 24th day of the year. 24 equates to the letter X, which is known internationally as a symbol of death, and this suggests that the Israeli Mossad, who is basically the henchman of the CIA in Switzerland, is going to stage an event which is going to result in the death of Donald J. Trump on the evening of June 24th of 2026. If the CIA forgoes a direct attack on the National Mall, they're going to stage a made-for-TV Defcon-Level event during the live broadcast, which will likely result in the death of Donald J. Trump under the guise of a heart attack upon hearing the news. But I'm going to get into those scenarios later. So the top 10 most likely scenarios for the evening of June 24th of 2026 are as follows. Number one, the CIA is planning on staging an accidental crash of one or more of the planes which are going to be doing a flyover over the National Mall, which are going to dive bomb into the crowd and blow up, killing Donald J. Trump and hundreds, if not thousands, of Americans. This plan has been in the works for many years, but the most recent event was when the CIA assassinated 8 United States Air Force members when they staged a crash of a B-52 at Edwards Air Force Base in California just last week. This was a blood sacrifice that was offered up to this impending attack. So they're likely going to claim that a Russian jamming attack or a laser attack or drone attack was responsible for this crash, but we know it's going to be executed with a directed energy weapon. And then once the pilot is neutralized, then the plane will go onto autopilot, and it will have likely a honing device which will bring it down directly into the grandstand where Donald J. Trump is going to be speaking this evening. Second most likely event is a sniper-related attack. Obviously, Trump is going to be outdoors. There's going to be plenty of buildings around that a sniper could theoretically lay down and take a shot. So that's obviously blinking red. The third most likely event is that Trump suffers some sort of medical-related event. Like I said, they're going to try to stage, I've identified 7 different DEFCON level plots that they're going to try to execute this evening. And so if Donald Trump hears the news of some sort of horrific attack, then he will likely be executed via a direct energy weapon attack under the guise of a natural occurring medical emergency. There's also, number 4, the high likelihood that the Israeli Mossad is going to dress up as Islamic terrorists and storm the event, killing hundreds, if not thousands, of Americans, including Donald J. Trump. This is their MO, this is their bread and butter, this is Operation Susanna, this is where they dress up as Islamic terrorists, and then they go in and they massacre people, and then they try to blame Iran, Al-Qaeda, Hezbollah, Hamas, ISIS, etc. The 5th most likely scenario is that the CIA detonates a truck bomb around the National Mall. There are many roads around this area, and so they'll likely claim that somebody in a truck rammed the protective barrier or the security gate, and then drove the truck into a building or the pool or some sort of location around the National Mall while Trump is speaking, and then it detonates, likely the shockwave, killing Trump and or hundreds of Americans. The 6th most likely event is that the CIA flies a small plane with an alleged weaponized airborne biological contagion into the crowd, possibly into the pool, as pretext for a second global biological pandemic. They just tried this event targeting George Soros skyscraper in New York. They tried this targeting the Israeli embassy. They tried this with the AIPAC headquarters, and so now they're going to try this exact same scenario with the National Mall on the evening of June 24th. The 7th most likely event is that the CIA stages a string of bombing attacks in the crowd. So they'll likely claim that these are suicide bombers, or these are pipe bombs, or these are pre-placed IEDs. But in reality, they're likely going to be basically the CIA has groomed like literally hundreds, if not thousands, of patsies to do all sorts of stupid shit, and so they'll likely send people into the crowd with backpacks with massive amounts of explosives. Number 8 is the CIA is planning on staging a mass shooting event as pretext for a stampede or human crush. And these are likely going to be Israeli National Police or Israeli Mossad agents. Just last week, they staged, they shot 32 people or 62 people with 6 fatalities in Chicago. The Israeli National Police, they drive around in bulletproof SUVs, and then they hang out the window with Uzis, and they shoot up African Americans, and then basically this has been going on for years. As soon as I started highlighting it on a regular basis, it mysteriously stopped, but it came back last weekend during Juneteenth, and so these exact terrorists from Chicago are likely already in Washington, D.C., and are likely going to stage an attack, a mass shooting attack, and Donald J. Trump make a hit in the process. Number 9 is that the CIA is planning on staging an alleged Iranian national or IRGC based drone bombing attack targeting the National Mall on the evening of June 24th. We saw this foreshadowed during the UFC Freedom 250. The next day, after its conclusion, they staged the arrest of multiple Antifa members for an alleged drone bombing attack targeting the White House. This is designed to foreshadow this. This is likely going to be executed by the Israeli Mossad, and they have these IAI HAROP, H-A-R-O-P, loitering munition drones that they're likely going to fly into the crowd, likely targeting Donald J. Trump as pretext for World War III with Iran. Lastly, because of this terror alert and because of the high-profile nature of this event, if the CIA forgoes a direct attack, they're likely going to stage some sort of human crush or stampede or some sort of collapse of the grandstand, of a fence, or some sort of event that's designed to basically grab the headlines away from Trump's rally, because this rally is likely going to have anywhere from 100,000 to 200,000 people there. So this is going to be huge for Trump. It's going to show his popularity, despite what the media is saying. and so they basically are going to do something. We don't know what they're going to do. This could be a bunch of deaths due to the heat wave. This could be a guardrail collapse. This could be a bridge collapse. This could be any sort of natural disaster, because they want to steal the headlines from this event, and they want to mar this because they hate America, and they want to shit all over the Great American State Fair. So we could see a future scenario in which a Ferris wheel collapses, smashes a bunch of people, or there's a big fire, or whatever. I mean, the possibilities are endless, but the fact of the matter is they're planning some sort of heinous event that likely will occur during the exact same time which Donald J. Trump is speaking, because they want to interrupt this event. Like I said at the beginning of this video, if the CIA forgoes a direct attack or a force majeure or an accident or whatever around this event, they're going to stage a Defcon-level event during the live broadcast of this event. Coincidentally, there's also going to be multiple World Cup games going. So we have a global audience, then we have a national audience, and then they're going to combine the two, and then they're going to stage some sort of heinous event somewhere around the world. I have identified 7 different events which are going to transpire on the evening of June 24th in the United States or North America or South America, and then June 25th on the other side of the world. Firstly, the CIA is planning on staging an Islamic terrorist-based invasion of Charleston, South Carolina. So this was the plan that they tried first in Tampa, which they coincidentally held a terrorist Islamic invasion drill back in 2014. And they tried this in Miami while Trump was attending the Doral Open in Miami a few months ago. And so this is basically, they're basically going to import the IDF under the guise of an Islamic invasion. So these are 25,000 Israeli war veterans that were called up during Operation Breaking Dawn, and they're going to invade the United States under the guise of an Islamic terrorist invasion, because most people cannot tell the difference between a dark Israeli or Jew and Islamic terrorists, especially when they have black masks on. So the CIA is going to stage an IDF offensive targeting Charleston, South Carolina, and then it's going to spread throughout the United States. Israel is at war with the United States, and so this is a preemptive attack by Israel on the United States. Secondly, the CIA is planning on staging an Iranian ICBM strike or drone strike, nuclear warhead-laden drone, or 9/11 kamikaze-style nuclear terror attack targeting Qatar, likely one of their World Cup stadiums. And or their skyscrapers on the morning of June 25th of 2026, specifically to trigger World War III. This will, of course, be executed by Israel and then blamed on Iran as pretext for a full-scale attack and invasion of the Islamic Republic of Iran. Number 3, the CIA is planning an attack on a World Cup watch party. So, like I said earlier, there's a bunch of World Cup games going on, and so because I've written numerous reports about a direct attack on World Cup venues, the CIA has now resorted to attacking watch parties which are going on in the home countries of the respective teams. So we can expect some sort of mass attack targeting one or more watch parties on the night of June 24th or the morning of June 25th of 2026. Also, the CIA is planning on staging an eco-terrorist related attack targeting SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles, California. This will likely be blamed on Antifa or some sort of left-wing domestic terror group, and it will likely involve some sort of aerial 9/11 style crash or truck bombing. So they're likely going to fly a plane into it, or they'll have a truck bombing that they'll claim contained a weaponized airborne biological contagion, and they'll likely arrest a professor, a doctor, or a microbiologist, possibly previously in the U.S. military or another military, for allegedly weaponizing some sort of biological contagion. Number 6 is the CIA is planning an African Islamic terror attack targeting Gitmo, that is Guantanamo Naval Base in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, and this is specifically designed to spawn a second global biological pandemic after the release of an weaponized airborne biological contagion, and they'll likely claim that these African terrorists were able to sail a ship from the Middle East across the Atlantic and then land in Cuba. And lastly, of course, on the evening of June 24th, 2026, the CIA is plotting a 9/11 style nuclear terror attack targeting one or more locations in the United States or around the world. So with the global audience and a national audience watching the kickoff to the Great American State Fair, of course, what's imperative to note here is that the name fair is from the word four, and four is from fire. And so the CIA is planning on staging a blood sacrifice, a fire. And the word or the date of June 24th, 2/4 is 2/4 fire. So they're going to stage some sort of fire-related blood sacrifice on the evening of June 24th or the morning of June 25th elsewhere around the world. I believe it's going to be a 9/11 style nuclear terror attack, likely targeting a Capitol building, a stadium, a skyscraper, or a military base of some sort, likely in the United States or elsewhere around the world, as pretext for apocalyptic nuclear explosions designed to trigger World War III. So obviously, in the aftermath of this report, it's highly likely that the CIA would reload and stage some other sort of event, or possibly one that I have not identified. So if the CIA stages any sort of Trump neutralization plot or any sort of Defcon-level terror event on the evening of June 24th or the morning of June 25th of 2026, obviously know the CIA headquarters located beneath CERN at Lake Geneva is ultimately responsible. So if that in fact happens, I would kindly ask that you download this video and share it with local, state, and federal law enforcement, military, and intelligence officials, as well as with local, national, and international media outlets. Thanks.